Am I the a-hole for providing housing for my daughter, but not my stepdaughter? I'm a 48 mem who inherited a beach house from my grandfather. This property has been in my family for generations, and it holds a lot of sentimental value for me. I've been with my long-term girlfriend for 7 years, following a divorce from my first wife, which ended on amicable terms. My girlfriend has a daughter from a previous marriage, and I have a daughter from my own. Both our daughters are 17, with mine being roughly 3 months younger. Kara, who is the oldest, will turn 18 in May. Kara has been part of my life for 7 years, and we enjoy a good relationship. However, she has an involved father in her life, so I did not assume that role. I've been present in her life 50% of the time, so I'm certain I played a significant role in her life, though I wouldn't say as a father figure. Others sometimes refer to me as a non-legal stepfather. I have my daughter Emmy half the time as well, except for summers when I had her more frequently due to my and my ex-wife's lifestyle. My ex and I maintain a good relationship, as does our daughter with all of us. Kara and Emmy get along well and are friendly. They have made plans independent of myself and my girlfriend, but they don't consider each other sisters or best friends. Now, on to the issue. Kara will be attending school near the beach house and has asked if she can live there to save a significant amount of money. Emmy approached me and expressed her desire to live there after the summer, but wanted to live alone while attending school. The house is more than spacious enough for two, but she pointed out that they lead very different lifestyles, and she would be more comfortable alone or with a friend if I insisted on her having a roommate. It was an honest conversation, and she mentioned that the home will eventually be hers, so it made sense. She's correct. The home will legally pass to her in a few years when I transfer it to her. My GF and Kara are very upset and calling it favoritism, pointing out that Emmy will already be set for life with a free ride to school through scholarships and housing, while Kara will be using loans and might have to take a gap year or go to another school. They are asking me to reconsider, and I think I've harmed my relationship. Am I the a-hole for this decision? I agree that it's favoritism, but Emmy is my daughter. Of course, I'm going to favor her, right? Comments. Top comment. NTA. You're Kara's mom's boyfriend and not Kara's stepfather, since you're not married. Kara's dad needs to step up and support her if money is an issue. Other poster. This is not favoritism because you aren't married and don't share assets. You haven't legally adopted Kara, and the house isn't an asset the girlfriend will ever be entitled to. Girlfriend and Kara are acting entitled and are completely in the wrong. I would put the house in your daughter's name as soon as she turns 18 and make it clear you have no say in what she does with the property. Again, they were never entitled to any part of this lake house. Exactly, since it's mentioned that her bio dad is actively in her life. Chances are that neither Kara's mom nor dad have that kind of money, but that doesn't change the fact that the daughter who is supposed to inherit that house doesn't want to live there with Kara and apparently has legit reasons for that wish. But this might still be the end of the relationship. She's not trying to steal inheritance. She's trying to get help from someone who's been in her life for like half or a third of her life. He may not have married her mom yet, but he's been dating her for about 7 years. Fence-sitting posts. They are not the a-holes for asking, but they are a-holes for not accepting no as an answer and finding it unfair that he treats his own daughter differently than his not even stepdaughter. She wants to go there for school, not live there forever. He's still not the asshole, but I don't think she or her mom are either. Posters, disagree, OP is the asshole, not the point. OP has the chance to help Kara, a girl whose life he's been part of for 7 years, whose mother he is seeing, at little expense to himself. The girls living together as roommates during school is quite common, and learning to deal with people who have different lifestyles and so on is an important skill. I have to disagree with everyone else here and say, you are the asshole, OP. It's still your house, not your daughter's. You've acknowledged that the area is barely affordable for a middle-class family, let alone a student, and that neither your partner nor her ex could contribute enough financially to make finding stable housing possible. Ultimately, it's your decision to make. Your biological daughter would like, but certainly doesn't need, an entire house to herself, whereas the girl who has been in your life for the past 7 years needs a safe and affordable place to live. Giving in to your daughter's demands will show your partner exactly how much she and hers mean to you. Very little. This could be the end of the relationship. Update. I talked to Emmy and her mom and let them know my position, which was to support Emmy, but I also felt Kara and her mom deserved a sincere discussion. The conversation was last Friday. The discussion started off all right. Naturally, there were some emotions involved, but I began the conversation by saying to everyone there would be no shouting and tears wouldn't be used to manipulate anyone. After everything was laid out and we started, I simply presented the situation as, this is a second home that I own completely. completely and outright. It will belong fully to Emmy legally and officially in a few years, but for now, it is mine. However, like the house, Emmy is my responsibility. No one but us deserves it, and make no mistake, Emmy indeed has a right to it. It may not be fair from your point of view, but it is what it is. Emmy, I understand why they might think it's selfish, as the house could accommodate you both, but I will support whatever decision you make. This is not a discussion to change your mind, but to better understand it. It started quite bluntly, with Emmy and her mom saying they didn't see why she didn't want her to live there, as this would dictate a major part of her future. The answer was somewhat expected, but also tough for everyone to accept. Emmy said she didn't trust Kara to actually focus on her studies and not turn the home into a party house. She directly asked Kara if she could actually agree not to have guests over. Kara said something like, a few people 2 or 3 days a week wouldn't be a problem. The answer should have been yes. Emmy said she wouldn't feel safe with her bringing over strangers at any time, and her dad would want to visit, whom she doesn't trust at all. She stated that school was her main priority, and maintaining safety would be a concern if Kara was around. Kara and her mom got defensive, but I told them it didn't matter. Her inability to promise she wouldn't bring people over tells me everything I need to know, and my daughter's safety is crucial, and Kara's priorities were unclear. Socializing is fine, but maybe I was wrong, and it had gotten out of control. I told my girlfriend that, as her mother, she would have to deal with that, and whatever the plan would be for Kara's schooling, if she hadn't met me, would have to be her course of action. As for Emmy, after the conversation, I told her she would have a roommate, as I felt it was important. She was okay with that and asked if she could invite a friend. I told her yes, so everything is fine there. As everyone anticipated, my girlfriend is now my ex-girlfriend. She asked me to stay elsewhere for a week, while she looked for a place to live. I reminded her that this was also my home, but she was welcome to leave any time. She ended up staying with a colleague, but then something occurred. She requested to return, but I advised against it, saying it wouldn't be wise. That's the update. My daughter is content. I'm doing better than I anticipated. Today's a new day. My ex will sort things out, and Kara has the opportunity to learn and evolve. Update. In short, this was not the complete ending I expected. I'm not very accustomed to Reddit, and I initially thought the update was deleted or not approved by the moderators. Kara is now incarcerated. She got caught in a stolen Kia with some friends, and they used it to break into a pawn shop. I couldn't tell you exactly what was stolen or the value, but some sports cards were taken, and apparently their value surpassed the cost of the car and the damage to the building. I understand people will have a lot to say about this, but I can honestly say she never did anything remotely like this before. The worst thing I recall her doing was deliberately breaking a dish when she was 13. As for my ex, well, she's currently living in a shelter. She was not unfaithful to me, and I never suspected her of that. That was just people jumping to conclusions. Regrettably, the woman she lived with asked her to join her and her husband for activities after moving in. She felt obligated to participate for a place to stay and regretted it. She confided in people at work and was terminated after refusing a transfer. My daughter and I are fine, but mentally shaken.